Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 18 of the Pack Mentality Podcast, your number one source for Zombies Discourse. I'm your host, Shorb Z, joined always alongside my co host, the young and talented AQ Debbie. So we sort of just got a season 4 blog post as well as the actual season itself recently from Treyarch. At the time of this recording, we've had it for a day and some change. It came out yesterday. And we got a bunch of new stuff going on as well as some other stuff to look forward to later on for Season 4 Reloaded. So, Mr. Debbie, how do you feel about Season 4, some of the stuff that we've seen? I'll let you have the floor and take that where you will.
Yeah, brother. It looks like a pretty good full season. Obviously we're getting the things that we've come to expect, like the new survival map with Nuked, which that can have its own conversation because it's pretty controversial one. Totenreich directed mode and starting room. I don't really utilize either of those, but it's cool for the people that do. I will go for the starting room, all that stuff. I've yet to, though, admittedly. Obviously, down the line, we're looking at Kowakujo, which is super exciting. I'm highly anticipating this map. I think in the dev talk, Kevin Drew sort of, in my opinion, he made it sound like everyone's enjoying Totenreich, and hopefully that's setting up precedent for these final two maps. So fingers crossed, and we'll get into that. The big thing right now for us that I think all the BO7 Zombies fans are sinking their teeth into is definitely Rogue Run. And yesterday I spent a lot of the day, 5 hours from start to finish, with Warman, Shelly, Eric, and then Aqua joined us at the very end. 5 hours from start to finish, which also a bit controversial, but I'm really enjoying the mode, or I really enjoyed the mode. I don't know how much you've gotten done though, so maybe I'll flip it back to you and we can talk about some specifics with Rogue Run.
Okay. So I also got to play yesterday. Got through the 3 like individual HVT ones, but I haven't done the big one where you do one at 20 and then 30 and then 40.
Yeah.
Dude, I love it. I think it's awesome how like while you want to also like just take the best thing available, I'm also like thinking about, well, next round I could get this, and that sort of like would be a deterrent from me taking this thing right now. Like for instance, like I want to get an ammo mod for my gun, but next round I could get a better gun, and then I just lose the ammo mod. So like maybe I'll just get this perk that I'm not all that interested in. Like I don't know, like it'll give me like death perception. I'm like, I don't even like death perception, but like I guess it's a positive. But yeah, so there's a lot of like thinking going on when I'm trying to pick which reward I'm taking. But dude, it is so much fun. I love the fact that it's unlimited ammo, so like you're really not thinking about like going and buying anything. And then the rewards that you get for beating each one is like they're so sick too, because it's I don't know how to explain it. It's like you just feel like it's more exciting going into the next game, because you know that like when I finished the first one, I unlocked the I think you get rarity tools or ether tools as well as the wonder weapons. So it's like, oh, next game I could get like a ray gun or something from the pedestal. So like I think they crushed it. I think they did that extremely well. I still have to finish the really long one, and then there's like the endurance mode, which I think is a great way of sort of having people like who similar to you have completed everything that they could besides the endurance mode. Just gives you guys something to do if you like really like the mode and want to do like some kind of high rounding thing for that. So dude, I love it. I think it was really well done. I was not expecting anything like that. Like when they announced Rogue Run, I didn't really like understand, I guess, what was gonna like go on with the mode, and I thought they crushed it. So big fan of Rogue Run myself.
I know I keep slipping up in how I'm saying it. It's a bit of a mouthful.
Yeah.
But before I get into it, like, do you have any experience with roguelike games at all? Like,
Nope.
games like that?
Not at all. I know it feels like Dead Ops arcadey in a way, but yeah, I just find it to be a little bit more like enjoyable than Dead Ops Arcade because it's still like in the map. Yeah, I mean, I guess in the one map Ashes that we love. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I have no experience with that, but yeah, this has been an absolute blast. I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah, so typically in games like that, at least in ones that I've played, the big appeal of it is you start with the basics and you get as far as you can, and once you reach a certain threshold, you acquire new things that then become available on your next run to hopefully get further, and that's
Oh,
kind of the
okay.
point. And this mode does that. It is like, for what you play from start to finish, like I said, it took us 5 hours. Like, you do get that experience, but then once you're done, you're done. And like normal games that are made to be that way, it obviously has a lot more, like it's much more fleshed out, which makes sense. This is a side mode of a side mode, so I can't like fault them too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, with my experience in those games in general, what we do have was super fun for me. It took us forever. I think the order we did it in was, we did Mo the Abomination, Lucy the Doppelgast, and then Mal or Maul,
Okay.
the Amalgam. And then actually we were gonna jump into the all targets, but we realized that endurance on rounds 10, 20, and 30 granted rewards as well, whereas the all targets one is more of just like, it's kind of weird how they did it. The all targets one is more like the victory lap, because all you get
Yeah.
are gobblegums and a calling card.
Yep.
So yeah, we actually did the endurance ones to get that like rare starting pistol, and then we went through and did all the bosses. But before we did endurance, that, I think it was on the endurance game, is when we discovered that what you use your points for, because we kept wondering, like, what are points even for? There's double points dropping, bonus points dropping. Sometimes you'll even see essence on one of your pedestals, and we're like, what's up with that?
Right.
Like, there's gotta be something. And sure enough, after we'd already completed like the 3 like main bosses, like, oh, you can just get pack 3 crystals from this and stuff. And
Chompy,
so
yeah.
we were playing at a handicap the entire time.
That's hilarious.
But I think it's a cool mechanic. I like that you pointed out, it is very like risk versus reward, where you have to kind of think ahead a few rounds on. And as soon as you said it, I thought the exact same example you did of why take the ammo mod when you might get another gun, like,
Right.
and maybe that justifies taking death perception, even though it's pretty pointless.
Yeah.
I really like that aspect of it. I think I have like 0 complaints, other than there's just I want more.
Right.
And for all intents and purposes, we finished it. I'd be curious to see how far I could get in endurance though.
Yeah.
And I haven't played solo. So, and you have, yes?
I've only played solo, yeah.
Okay, yeah, and I wonder how different of an experience it is. I find it pretty interesting that the nukes will instantly like end
the round,
that
yeah.
round, so to speak. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot going on. This is the first like confirmed, well, starting room was confirmed permanent, but then the whole stuff happened with the zombie battles. How it didn't say LTM, but it didn't say permanent, and then they like took it away without saying anything. They've still yet to say anything.
Yeah.
But this one is confirmed permanent as well, at least for BO7. I think if they see the reception, which I feel like is mixed for certain reasons, but I think people agree the gameplay is great. I hope they see that and iterate on it in the future, because I'm having a blast with it.
Yeah. Shoot, what was I gonna say? Yeah, no. Yeah, to your point with the like the fact that they confirmed that it's LTM. I also hope that they sort of like add maybe like in Reloaded or something, it's like Astra, and we're doing like different areas in Astra for that, and then maybe like that's the idea with it. I really hope it's not just like the 3 ones that we get, and then we just have to do like endurance for the rest of the time or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, there is a lot of like strategy to it, and you're not just like mindlessly like killing zombies and stuff, which obviously like that's fun as well. But yeah, I do like the strategy that comes with it, and there's been at least like a time or two, I'd say, where I've sort of like taken that risk where I'm like, okay, I'm probably gonna get like a purple shotgun or something, like purple rarity shotgun soon, right? And then I'm
Yeah.
just using like a green SMG on round like 12, and I'm like, oh my gosh, please give me a good weapon. I'm dying. And then I don't know, and then they'll finally give it to me, and of course, like the stuff that they give with it is like double tap and like these like sick rewards. I'm like, all right, man, just now I have to pick between, you know, something I like desperately need versus something that'd be awesome to have in like double tap. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a really fun mode. I also hope that they do more of it in the future. I think it's, gosh, is it the best like not round based thing that they've done? Like in, I don't know, like a lot of people are fond of like Turned from like BO2 and stuff, but like maybe I don't know. I also like the BO4. What were those called? The Gauntlets. Those are fun as
Gauntlets,
well.
Rush,
Yeah, Gauntlets. I think it's right up
not
there
Rush.
with not, yeah, I can't say I didn't really play Rush too much, but the point being, yeah, this is definitely like up there with the Gauntlets for me for being like one of the top like additional modes in Zombies. I think it's a ton of fun.
It feels like a gauntlet, like, because
Yeah.
you know that there's an endpoint in mind, and you are. The thing with gauntlets was, if you knew exactly what, like, there are like step by steps to just get through it, pretty
Mhm.
much, like letting you know ahead of time, like what gun to buy, what perk to buy, and in that sort of way. That this doesn't really have that, because there is so much more like RNG attached to it. But it does function kind of similarly, of like not knowing what you're going into. Like, you understand the basics of zombies, but they're so functionally different that it creates a whole different way to play, and that's one of the big appeals, I think, because obviously a major complaint of modern zombies is that everything just starts to meld together and feel the same, and I think this is a good way to kind of detach itself from that. Like, obviously at its core it plays very similar, but
Looking at Zombies,
but the mechanics attached to it are kind of flipped on their heads in certain ways. It's a good time. I hope we at least get some kind of update to it at some point in the game's life cycle.
Yeah.
You brought up a good point about wanting other maps to kind of be put in, and we had that thought yesterday. My concern was like, how is the chompy thing gonna work? Like, because there's no chompy on the other maps, and I like, would you just say like no chompy on those maps, or maybe they just put it in even though it's not on the map itself?
Force choppy. Yeah, that's a good question. I guess maybe that would be a little bit problematic with not having choppy on the other maps.
And we were thinking too about like, what are the chompy-esque like things on the other maps? Like, Paradox has like the cysts, but I don't think you can.
It's not like a
do it that
point-based
way?
thing though. It's kills, so that'd be tough.
Unless you go up to assist and feed it points, like they
Yeah, if
could
that's
do it.
But then they could just sort of have a like go to anything. Like I think that's what makes Chompy unique. Well, I guess Chompy, like its base function on like regularly on Ashes or one of the survival maps, is that you feed it your gun and it spits out. And it's not like a points based thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Maybe they would have to workshop that a little bit, but I do think it'd be fun, sort of, yeah, going to the other maps and playing in those areas as well, because those, like, the layouts of those maps are very different than Ash's.
I agree. They could make it work, and it was also pretty fun to be able to just freely play in the Vaetherion boss fight
That was
arena.
sick. Yeah.
I was actually like looking around and stuff, and
Right.
it
Not
felt
just
cool.
panicking.
Yeah.
But yeah, so to a point you made earlier, it's crazy how, like, when I'm regularly playing zombies, I'm like only considering a nuke if it's at the end of the round. Now I'm like pouncing, like every nuke I get, I'm like gotta get it, like we got to go to the next round. I think it's just a fun like dichotomy, I guess, because even like I still have the tendency of like I'll see the nuke and I'll be like like I'll just farm some points, and I'm like, wait a minute, like that's like gold in this mode. So that's one thing that's really cool. And I also had the experience that you did for my first game where I was like, dude, I'm getting so many points. Like, does Treyarch just really want me to like rip these traps or something? Like, why am I like,
Yeah.
well, like I have like 150,000 points, and I don't know, maybe I just need to spam traps. Like, I have no idea what else I'm supposed to spend this on. And of course, I think it was Warman's message, or no, I think we were in the call, and he was like, use it on Choppy. And I was like, wait, I can like pay Choppy, and it's like, yeah, 30k, and it's so sick. I think that was a really good addition, because I mean, I still liked it without knowing that you could pay Choppy for some rewards, but yeah, with it added, it's sort of like I'm always like, the second I get to 30k, I'm getting something like Choppy give me like a pack crystal or something. It's a lot of fun. I think Treyarch absolutely crushed it. And to your point, the only issue I have with it is that like I want more things to do. Like if we had like 10 different enemies that we could do as opposed to the 3, I'd be stoked. Like it's such a good mode. I love it.
There's the question that came up yesterday too, of if they did update it and added new bosses, what would those rewards be? What would? Because that
Gums?
like we can use our gums.
Yeah,
there's some restricted because they just would not make sense or work. But
yeah, I guess
general,
I'm saying, like, if they added new ones and the max reward at the end was a perka, I would absolutely do every single one.
Oh yeah, you're talking about. I'm talking about functional.
Like
pieces
in-game
of the
rewards
mode,
that you can get,
like augments and all that stuff.
I mean, gums
would
be sick to get still though. Like if you could get like if you could
use
just get
them.
a perka for, but like I'm saying perka just for that game. Like on one of the pedestals is a perka. You could grab that and you get every.
Ooh.
Although no, because they hand out single perks. So like if I have like Deadshot sitting on one pedestal and the perkaholic gum on the other one, that's not really a decision for me to make, right? I'm gonna go get the perka because it's Deadshot plus everything else.
Well, I mean, sometimes there are no-brainer options though too.
Yeah, that's fair. One thing I was thinking about was armor. I think like having tier 2 or tier 3 armor would be a good thing to add to the pedestals.
You can get that.
Wait, you can?
Yeah. I think that's I think that's in the endurance mode.
Oh, okay. I haven't gotten that far, everybody, so bear with me.
Okay, yeah, round 10, your starting pistol becomes uncommon. Round 20, you get armor upgrades, and then round 30, your starting pistol goes to rare.
Okay,
so yeah.
I did not know that, so my apologies, everybody.
No, I don't know what else they would add. I guess Perkaholic could be cool, and I was gonna say how they function in other games is, and I don't know how it works in this, if it's just like everything's in a pool and it has a complete like the same chance for anything, but in a lot of roguelike games, like very special things will have a smaller chance to get, kind of like the mystery box or something. So I feel like they could do like a Perkaholic. I wonder what it would look like a mini Wonder Fizz, or like a like the Wonder Fizz question mark on a perk can or something. Well, no, that's a mystery perk. I don't know. I don't really care how it looks, but they totally could do that. And yeah, they could do some things. It wouldn't be like adding in it wouldn't be, well, they were talking yesterday about some sort of reroll mechanic, which is also common in games like this,
Yeah.
where you can reroll the shop or maybe even just reroll a specific pedestal. They could do stuff like that. So yeah, there's room for this mode to grow.
At least a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm glad we both agree that it's a incredible mode though. I think they crush it. It's so much fun.
It might be the best. It probably is. I think I said last year that one of my favorite modes was the Mo Abomination on Liberty Falls. I know it was the Beavis and Butthead event, but I just liked the concept. It felt so different where as in regular Liberty Falls, you just go in the church and you can pack a punch. In this one, there was just a giant HVT abomination with like not only the effect of like getting used to the damage of your certain weapons, but also when he runs into you, he knocks all your perks off, which I totally forgot about. And then it happened to me. And I was like, oh my God, my perks, there they go. So that was such a standout for me in BO6, and I think this is like a good iteration on that because they can add in bosses with weird spins like that as they kind of have with this.
Yeah.
Did you notice? I don't know if I think Warman might have spoiled it to you, or maybe that was to Aqua when we were playing. Do you know what Lucy the Doppelgast's like unique aspect was?
Yeah. The whole like. It's like another thing, like Doppelgast spawns in and sort of like attacks you and gives you the Psych Grenade effect. Like, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, well, so the Psych Grenade effect, like when we got it in, well, yeah, I guess it is different than, the main thing that popped out to us was that it would like make you see amalgams like coming after you.
Yeah.
And they could grab you too, which it doesn't make sense, but
trippy, but
it was cool. And they were talking about how like that should be like the standard for Doppelgast, because it is like it feels
it's trippy, bro.
It was. They ought to make that how Doppelgast function already, but I just like the little spins they're adding to these guys, and
yeah, it's cool.
I do hope we at least get one more little something for the mode before the game's over.
Right, and like it would make sense for the Doppelgast especially because like it shoots out the needles that make you like hallucinate as well, so like it just thematically fits in with it.
Right.
But yeah, I agree. The spins that they have on the different elites are a lot of fun. The entire thing's just a lot of fun, start to finish. I love it.
Just need more.
While we're on the topic of new things, we've also been introduced to some new guns that we've acquired through the Battle Pass. I think one of them was also a weekly challenge thing.
Yeah.
I forget the name of it, but that one's the one where it like the projectiles are slower, but it sort of like locks on to targets. That was the weekly challenge one.
I believe it is that one. I believe it's the Grim Hawk.
Okay.
Yes, it is the Grim Hawk.
Okay. And then it was the... What was the other one? It was like the KBR 762 or something. Close.
The KRS 762.
Okay, and then as well as I'm just gonna call it the Cerberus, the SMG.
Yeah.
Have you used all three? What are your thoughts on the new guns that we've gotten?
I have not yet used the KRS or the Grimhawk. I do have everything unlocked. I'll say like the Grimhawk sounds sick. I really especially wonder how it'll function in zombies. So I'm really excited to use that. I'll probably rock out with it tonight a little bit. Marksman rifle, I don't know what's special about it. I can probably look at it because I have the blog post pulled up. But I have used the Cerberus, so to speak, and that thing is nutty. Like, it is really strong in zombies. I can't speak for multiplayer at all. I've yet to use it there, but damn, the Cerberus, the Cerberus smacks. It was laying down solid damage with cryo into like the mid 50s for an SMG. Like, it was going. It was. don't really care for its prestige attachment, unfortunately. Because the prestige. So the gimmick of this gun is every 20 rounds, it like you have to like rechamber it like you do the Echo. And the prestige attachment allows you to basically negate that, and you can just shoot freely. But when you pack a punch the gun,
yeah, it just does that anyway.
goes away anyway. And
Yeah.
that prestige attachment is only it's in the same slot as higher magazine size. So
Mhm.
I mean, I can deal with it until 5,000 points just to
Right.
because then it gets rid of that, and I have a higher mag size, which is what I usually prefer anyways.
Okay.
But yeah, that is my experience. Cerberus is a nutty SMG. You got to try it if you haven't. Well, with that, I got to know what you think while I look at what this KRS does.
Yeah, so I use the KRS as well. It's nothing to like, doesn't jump off the page too much for me. It's your standard like powerful semi-automatic marksman rifle. But yeah, so I use the Cerberus as well. Dude, I like just ADSing with, but I guess both with and without the sights. It reminds me so much of the Razorback from BO3. Like
Really?
that was the first thought that entered my mind, was like, this looks like it just, I don't know. I think it was primarily with the iron sights, but yeah, it just felt like the Razorback, and I loved it. Obviously, it doesn't function too much like of the same because you have to rechamber it every 20 rounds.
Right.
But yeah, I used it in a game. Felt really good. To your point, I feel like I have not prestiged it yet, but I feel like that attachment, I feel like I would prefer that one to the higher mag size, because when you pack a punch it, your mag size goes to like 120 or something, 180. Like it's something crazy. So I feel like having the extended mag wouldn't even. Yeah, I guess it just wouldn't do much for me, because like when I pack a punch, I'm gonna have like 200 plus rounds, and I can deal with not having as much ammo. Like going from, we'll just say it's like 180, going from like 180 to like 240 in a mag. Like that's kind of negligible in my opinion.
That's fair.
Yeah, I forget the other like benefits that the other one, that the prestige attachment has, but yeah, no, it's a sweet SMG. I love how different it feels from the other ones. I think that's sort of a problem that BO7 has had, is that like sometimes the guns feel a little bit too similar in my opinion. And I think the Cerberus, yeah, I guess it's mainly, and this is sort of an expert fusion take, like it's not really my original take, but when he said it, I was like, wait, that's true. I feel like a lot of the guns sound too similar to each other.
Okay.
And I guess maybe it's just the sound, like, and he mentioned it with the A94, because in the dev talk, they have a clip of them shooting the A94, and it kind of just, like, it doesn't sound like the BO2 A94.
Yeah.
I was a little bit, like, disappointed in that. Obviously, we're getting, like, nitpicky talking about the freaking sound of a A94, but, I don't know, I thought it'd be cool. Like, the iron sights were the same. I was super happy to see that. I don't even think I'm going to put a sight on the A94 when I get it. I love the iron sights for that, but yeah, I guess I just wish like the sounds of the guns were more distinct from one another. Like, I don't know, BO1, like you get the FAMAS. The FAMAS sounds so different from like the Commando, and that sounds so different from the Galil. And yeah, I guess I'm not sure if like we get the same diversity in like the sounds of the guns. So the Cerberus, that's a pretty distinct sound. If I remember, I only played one game, so I don't like have it sort of in my head right now, but I do remember like enjoying how different it felt, at least for my first playthrough. It could just be the fact that it's a brand new gun and like it's just gonna feel new because it is new. But no, I'm a big fan of it. It's sweet.
By the way, the marksman prestige attachment was nothing special. It is fitting for a marksman rifle though, in that it better recoil stabilization, penetration power, and bullet velocity. I'm sure that'll be really good in something like Warzone. But
not so much zombies.
Yeah, penetration power can be useful in zombies, I'll say, but really nothing stacks up against like a headshot damage barrel. Maybe on SMGs you can argue damage range, because damage range is massive for SMGs if you don't know, because they get that buff when they're close up. It is funny. I just thought about it, that you said it feels like the Razorback, right?
Yes, sir.
We have the Razor in the game.
But it's not.
Is that
it's
not?
the Razorback though?
You think the Cerberus is closer to the Razorback than the Razor is?
It feels that way to me. Maybe it's because I've been using the whatever the prestige. You put me onto that one prestige attachment for like farming up points in Curse, and I have not strayed from it since.
Oh,
one that
like the
makes it,
wildfire
crazy
on
fire
Razorback?
rate. Yeah, that feels more like the Spitfire from BO4 in my opinion. When you put on the that one has an
Yes.
attachment as well where it just like it just goes insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's what I think of. Maybe visually, I still think. I mean,
That's
the
what I'm
Cerberus-
leaning on. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know about visually if it looks so much like the. I guess I'd have to see a side by side, but that's that's the gun that came to mind. Maybe I'm crazy. Most people in the Discord would say I am, so maybe I'll just go with that. And but that's what I thought of. I thought of the Razorback.
Visually, to me, it looks kind of like an SMG version of the Bow from AW.
Peak. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they need to bring that back too. But yeah, all around, Cerberus, can't speak for anything else. Cerberus absolutely slays. I'm excited to try out the Grimhawk because it's a special weapon. Those have played pretty uniquely in this game. I think they've done pretty well in that way with BO7. Oh, I just remembered because you brought up the Razorback. Did you see what camo they're bringing back?
I don't think so. No.
Well, I'm sure you heard about Cherry Fizz.
Yep.
So that's going to be part of a camo event where you actually get a bunch of different camos from BO3. So like Storm, that Nuketown camo.
Yep.
But they're bringing back Overgrowth. It's the Zetsubo Pack-a-Punch camo.
Dude, that's so peak. Oh my gosh.
I know you.
Oh, dude. Okay, I'm in. I'm so in.
Yeah. It looks really good. So
Okay.
yeah, Hey, I'm Alex leaked that, so you can check it out on Twitter. But yeah, I figured you'd be excited about it if you didn't already know.
Dude, yeah, I'm excited now. I'll be grinding the second it comes out. I'll be getting it immediately. So.
Oh yeah.
Sweet. Do you have anything else you want to say about the guns, or should we?
Unfortunately, not much else. I haven't been able to play with the other two yet, but maybe I'll report back next week.
Okay. This isn't really either of our cup of tea, but we'll cover it, I guess. Totenreich directed and Spawn Room Challenge. Do you have anything to say about that? I think that's. Yeah, I'll let you speak first.
I guess. So the only starting room challenge I've actually done to completion to round 50 is Paradox. It's so bad. The thing is, okay, I was gonna make a video about it, and then I just totally forgot about it, and now it's like probably way too late to even post. But I got it, and it was a biatch. But I totally forgot you can do the doomsday clock thing, so I was like raw dogging it. I was very lucky that the one perk, that one of the perks that I had access to was Jug, but I just relied on Napalm Burst all at the end, and it was a nightmare. Astra though, I have not completed. I got to around 25. That one was also pretty tough, but I imagine Ashes isn't bad because you can pack a punch.
Yeah, Ashes was the only one I did. That was really easy. Yeah.
As far as Totenreich, how would that look? We would get what? Quick Revive. Is that it?
That might be it. Yeah. But let me get fishing. I think if they did Totenreich Spawn Room, I think they should throw a fishing pole in there. That would be so much more like engaging. Yeah, because then it's. You don't for sure have anything, but you might get something. Yeah. It would add some replayability to that. That would be nice. Maybe we can try it together. I don't know if it'll for a starting room challenge, especially like a sort of bare bones one. I wonder if it's easier or harder with more people. Gosh, I feel like that'd be a nightmare with 4 people. Round 50. Oh, that's rough. The calling card is kind of neat though. It's Richtofen sitting on Tyr's head with a fishing pole out. Oh, that's sweet. It is kind of cool. And round 10 you get a flavor hex. Oh yeah, and 25 you get the black and white version of the calling card. So eventually I'm gonna get all those done.
it's just not on my priority list just yet.
Sure.
As far as directed mode, that's the one with the Weaver skin, yeah? Yes.
Okay.
It is Dead Man's Drip. People have been asking for more Weaver stuff, and we're finally getting it for those people that want to do Totenreich in directed mode. I only did my first directed mode, I think it was last week, because it was a weekly challenge to do so. And I did the Paradox one. Yeah, I don't have any reason to do directed personally, except for that there are some like player skins, or in the case of Paradox, a Blundergat skin, which is kind of mid, that are locked behind them. Otherwise, I don't really have a reason to. I eventually will. I plan on 100%ing Black Ops 7, so I will get it done, but I haven't yet. I doubt you have either.
Yeah, it's neither mode is really my cup of tea. Yeah, I truly don't have anything to say about it. So
I do appreciate a good challenge mode. Like the starting room challenge in Black Ops 6 was another like standout for me. It was an LTM in that, I believe. So I'm glad they made it permanent here, because something that like raised this channel up before the podcast even was doing challenge videos, and I still do love to do them when I get the opportunity. It's just there's other things on the BO7 grind that I'm more focused on, as far as like relics go and stuff like Aether Ruler I'd like to get to. So, you know, what's a skin for Gray or something? Not worried about it yet, but I'll get to it.
Yeah, I guess my problem is I think there's so much more charm in like for a second there I was on this weird like Shadows starting room kick, because you could like do the Fumigator, you had beast mode, idea, because I think Amargwa spawns in around like 15 or something. Dude, I always tried to, because if you could let the pod grow to be purple and get like a bootlegger or like a ray gun or something out of it. Yeah. So I love the idea of like, I don't know, you're just like, I think Shadows did it really well, because you could like scrap together like a decent, like the ray gun was basically what you wanted, and you just can't really do that in like an Astra starting room challenge, because you're just like using a loadout gun or whatever. I guess I like the idea of like having very few resources like to use, but you can like maximize them obviously with like RNG and stuff in Shadows instance. But yeah, those starting rooms in my opinion are much more engaging than sort of what we have in BO7. So again, I'm not like upset about it. Yeah, it's just not a mode that I seek out for sure.
That is a really good argument for the fishing rod to be in the Totenreich starting room.
It would be so much more engaging in my opinion. Otherwise, you're just like suffering with some loadout weapon. Yeah. So, yeah, that's all I have to say about that. What are your thoughts on nuked survival?
Oh man, yeah. So it's Paradox without the time travel mechanic. You are forever in the what do they call that? What version of it? It's the future version.
Post-apocalyptic version. I think that's what Kevin Drew called it.
Or did you have it? I was thinking of how like the past one was called like Intact. Might have been like Destroyed or something. Because I like those names. They're a little vibey. Yeah. But yes, you are in the future version the entire time, which means you now don't have access to time travel or the doomsday clock side egg. The big thing though is, well, everything, or Trinity Avenue is already open. You don't have to move the truck. But the big thing is no shock mimics, strangely.
Yeah.
I'm very surprised at that choice. It's nice. It doesn't bump it up for me as much as it might for other people, because I don't personally mind the shock mimics all that much. Like obviously the arguments that it's a reused enemy, I get it, totally fair. Shock mimics don't fit Paradox, but as far as just like, so I treat Paradox as a survival map. I don't tend to play the survival maps much since Paradox has come out, just because it is a very survival-esque experience, and all of the survival maps have either Xursas or Uberklaus, and I don't have to worry about any of that for this. Like,
Right.
I can, and the shock mimics go down quick. They're not a big deal. So they've never bothered me in the way that I play Paradox. So removing them here, I guess, is maybe to quell people's like issue with them, but I don't know. What do you think? I have to hear it from you, because you might have a different perspective on it entirely. At least the bit about the shock mimics.
Yeah, I guess like I'm happy to see them out. I didn't like them. Like, yeah, I guess I just didn't like them in Paradox in the first place. I thought the idea of bringing back the shoot, what are those things called from D Machine?
Oh, the Megaton?
Yeah, I thought bringing back the Megaton was like the perfect play if they wanted to reuse an enemy, but yeah, no shock mimics is cool. I think it's nice having like just nothing to worry about besides the zombies and like plague hounds, which they nerfed into the freaking dirt.
Yeah.
I wish it was just the cul-de-sac part of Nuketown. Like, I wish we weren't able to like go to the other areas with like where like pack-a-punches and stuff like that. There's actually so I loaded into a game and I was doing those challenges for that like sweet event camo that you can get, and I went through the entire map. I was fine. It was around like 30, so I had already like used up every part of the map. I went down and I went to go back to that added area that like you move the truck in order to get to, and it was like I was getting pelted by Mr. Peaks as if I was like out of bounds, and I died. So there's a glitch. I think there's a glitch going on where like if you, I don't know, the game just doesn't recognize that like that area of the map is like opened or something, because it's not used to that area being opened. I'm
looking it up. I think they just mentioned that.
Okay.
I feel like I saw that pop up on Twitter. We are investigating reports where part of Nuketown Survival is treated as out of bounds when loading from a saved game. So maybe that's different. But
it was a saved game. That's true.
Okay.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was not.
Looks like they're on it, which is cool. They've been pretty snappy with some of the updates. It's a side thing, but I feel like they've been doing great in that aspect with certain things over the course of BO7. So shout out Treyarch on that.
Yeah. But yeah, if it was up to me, I would have just had it closed off. Just have the regular Nuketown like in BO2. And then the perks raining from the sky obviously was like the fever dream, but we obviously didn't get it. If they're not going to do that for Paradox, they're definitely not doing it for the survival version. The survival maps are sort of just the go away from us, like stop bothering us. We're giving you survival maps thing that they're doing. So, but yeah, no, it's cool. I like it. It's fun. I have no issues with it. Not much of a survival guy, but yeah, I guess it's one of the survival maps of all time for sure.
Yeah, if you really want cul-de-sac only, that is basically what the starting room challenge is. Except you can't get behind the houses. You can't get into or behind the houses. And you're relegated to 2 perks unless you use like a perkaholic.
Okay. I guess the ideal middle ground would be like you still have all the resources, you just can't.
Yes.
Leave the cul-de-sac
area. It's different for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I'll leave it there. I feel like I had something else to say, but I kind of forgot about it. It might come back.
Yeah, if it comes back, because we're about to get into sort of the meat and potatoes of the pod, and I say that while we're already like an hour in. But if it comes back to you, feel free to just jump back and sort of fill in the gap there. But so yeah, a lot of the most exciting news I'd imagine for most, if not all, people listening to the podcast, us included, is the announcement of the new zombie map coming out, DLC 4.
It's 4.
DLC 4 coming in Season 4 Reloaded, called Kowakujo, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, so we sort of got a sneak peek of like the image of the map with Takio looking very stoic with the name of the map and everything. And then more recently in the dev talk, we got sort of some glimpses of the different areas of the map. Mr. Debbie, what are your thoughts on Kowakujo as a whole, or at least based off of what we've seen? And if you want to lean into sort of the dev talk as well and Kevin Drew talking about it and everything, feel free.
Yeah, I'm glad we got some extra glimpses at Kowakujō now. Good that some things have been coming out. Obviously, that initial picture with the logo for the map, which looks really sick and stylized to fit the theming, and then the volcano in the back, and some of the zombies in like samurai garb. It looks like it's gonna be really good. The cherry blossoms. It looks like it's gonna be really neat. I don't know if we've ever had a map so red looking before, and I think red really like it's gonna stand out. Yeah. There's not a whole lot to go on outside of that, other than what Kevin Drew said. It could be exciting. Like some of the things Kevin Drew said is like. He said the name loosely translates to cursed castle, and that this castle belongs to Takio's family, which is interesting. That I don't know. Like we've never really gotten like much if at all like family lore to any version of the OGs.
Yeah.
Nikolai's wives, like
Right.
that's about
like
it.
The Emperor for Takio, if that counts.
Loosely, yeah.
Very loosely, yeah.
I think there was a little bit of lore with like one of the versions of Richtofen's like parents. But yeah, I'm very fascinated to see how that comes into play. Like it's a whole nother layer of the crew that we've never seen in any iteration. Yeah, I'm just excited about that. There's a lot of ways they could go. They're doing so many fun things in the story this year. Like I don't even know if I want to say this publicly to potentially get flayed, but like if you take like the story of Ultimus and the story of Primus and the story of Tempest and just like all the context there, like this might be like the coolest story that's ever been attached to these four characters.
Wow.
It could be. It depends how they go, and it depends what theories and ideas that have gone around are actually true and how those are implemented, if at all. That's all assuming we have an inkling of knowing what the hell we're talking about, which I don't know for sure. So there's so many ways this could go. It's all super exciting. I don't know if you want to comment on that before I move on to the next point, though.
About like the storyline point that you made.
Yeah. Take it where you want to go.
Okay.
Honestly.
I agree. I'm like super interested in these characters. I think they all have like fascinating backstories and like the side quests and stuff. I desperately wish Dempsey and Nikolai sort of gotten their own map. Like, obviously I love Ashes, love Astra. Like that's not the point that I'm getting at. It's just like having a map that's like made for the character. I think is I guess just like super special. Like Totenreich for Richthofen. Like that's awesome. And then now we're getting the Kowakujo for Takio. I don't know. I just think that's sweet. Yeah, I don't even disagree with you on that point. I guess I just have to think about it more because I thought the BO3 storyline was, or the story I guess that they told within BO3 was very special as well. Yeah, so right now I have like Mr. Dalek JD's like clip from the dev talk of like the map, and dude, this map looks unbelievable. Like the volcano, bro, like the skybox, the lava rolling through. There's like specific stuff that I wanted to ask you about, but if you wanted to get to your point first, then I can sort of feed off that.
Okay, the thing that like has stuck out so much, and it could just be, you know, talk like ahead of time to get hype going, but I'm taking him at his word that he's saying that this the wonder weapon for this map
Yeah.
is something we've never experienced before, and I don't even know what the hell that means.
Yeah, no clue.
Like, if we had never gotten a melee weapon, like, my mind would go there.
The idea, yeah.
But we definitely have gotten melee weapons over the years. That sounds crazy. Like,
Yeah.
because wonder weapons are already pretty wacky as it is. I mean, even just this year, like, they functionally are, like, aside from how, like, powerful they might be, but, like, the necrofluid gauntlet shooting out spikes and recalling them or exploding them is so neat. The LGM, which has, like, swarming, like, bots,
UFOs, yeah.
and it does, like, damage over time. And then even the Sundergat, the way that, like, the firing works, where you have to be, like, on, like, you have to follow a rhythm. Like most of all of the the Jotun Star as well, it's a melee weapon. I like that. Ironically, one of probably the least, like, unique one we've gotten.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, isn't it?
I do love its little like
whip
whip
thing.
snap thing.
Yeah.
So cool. And obviously the function of not letting you freeze, which just adds to the fact that it fits that map so well. Yeah, I don't know what he means by something we've never experienced before, because I feel like we've been getting that. And so if it's, like, on par with that, cool. I hope it kills very well and very efficiently. That's all I can hope for. And I hope it's styled very cool. But what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, so I tried to think of, like, what Kevin could possibly be talking about when he says, like, it was something we've never experienced before. And, like, we've had a lot of, like, fully fledged out ideas for wonder weapons. Like, melee weapons, I feel like, are maybe not fully fledged out, but, like, they're definitely not doing back-to-back melee wonder weapons. So I'm trying to think, like functionally, how could a wonder weapon be different than, like, what we've seen before? And I have no idea. So I'm super excited to see what kind of craziness him and the people at Treyarch have cooked up for us. I literally have no idea. Like, I can't even add to this because it's so, like, beyond my, like, understanding of what it could possibly be, that, like, I guess we're just got to wait and see, bro. Like, it's very rarely in Zombies is something, like, too bizarre for us to, like, theorize on. And I haven't, like, this is one of those moments where, like, I'm like, I don't even know. Like, I don't even know what they could do to make it a wonder weapon that we haven't experienced. Like, we have, how many Zombies maps do we have? And each one, not each one, but, like, most of them having a unique wonder weapon. I have no idea what they could possibly be cooking up, but I'm super excited to find out. Like, do you have any ideas? I don't.
I don't, man. And I'm thinking too, like, you have to look at, I assume that okay, two things. One, like, I feel like the thing that's, like, tapering expectations is, I feel like he could have said that before Ashes came out and it would fit, because it is, like, nothing we've ever seen before. So that's kind of like, okay, like, it's not gonna, like, explode my brain. Like, it's probably gonna be sick as hell, because in a lot of ways, all of the wonder weapons have been this year, whether they kill the zombies well or not. But I'm thinking, like, is he saying that he's saying that we've never experienced before? So I'm thinking, like, we've had, like, the baby gun, the paralyzer, like, we've had a lot of weird shit over the years. And I could not think of a new wonder weapon. I think if you put a gun to my head, I would have a very hard time thinking of something brand new.
Like a new concept for a wonder weapon,
Yeah, and geniusly, they're still able to do it.
Yeah, that's super impressive,
Yeah, and I mean, like, the LGM, just for say, like, it's more how the attack is styled. Like, I feel like we've gotten, like, damage over time stuff before, but it still just feels so unique and it fits the map so well. I would say at the very least, like, do we think the wonder weapon is going to be like fire themed? There's a lot of red and fire, and maybe we can get into it, but like maybe even dragon
Yeah,
stuff
so I guess like some like
associated.
yeah, so some like general concepts that I thought of are like, for some reason my mind went to like a pool of like lava or something underneath like the zombies, like sort of shooting at the ground, similar to like the fire thing from Alistair's Annihilator. But then I was like, well, we've seen that before, so it can't be that. Like that's
Right.
super close to the Annihilator. Another one is like lava themed. Like could we somehow like target the lava from like the volcano to like rain down on zombie? Like but then like that's kind of similar to like I forget the name. I think it's the hand of no, that's the blood one. Whatever like the golden one is from Ancient Evil, where you like rain down the like light on the zombies. I feel like they'd be too
Yeah.
close to that. Summoning a dragon. Like, are you saying summoning it's like a Luna thing from BO4, or like? I literally have
I
no
didn't say
idea.
the word summon at all. I
Oh,
don't
I
know.
thought you said dragon related. Okay, yeah, you said dragon.
Well, yeah,
Sorry,
I
that's
did, but
summoning a dragon, yeah.
I mean, maybe that could be cool, and that would be pretty unique. I mean, you could look at like Luna, but that's not Wonder Weapon. I don't know, man. I'm hyped. Like
Yeah.
I just wish we had like a name for it or
Yeah.
something.
Or like saw what it looked like or something, yeah. But yeah, so him saying that is either like the biggest clickbait in history or like they have something ridiculous cooked up, and either way I think we're for a big surprise in seemingly less than 3 weeks, right? I don't think we covered that, but yeah, we should be. I think the timeline lines up with us getting this with getting Kowakujo on June 25th. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, 20 days after the day we're filming now.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So should we be getting teasers next week, the week after?
I don't know. It's a good question. Something. We'll probably get something next week,
Okay.
and then the week
Full-blown
after,
marketing.
which would be a week before, I think
Okay.
we'll get a lot of stuff. I hope that they don't show us too much. Not too much. Like,
I think they've done a good job of. I'm trying to think. Totenreich. Yeah, so Totenreich, we didn't get any like pictures or anything, right? We just got like the Richthofen like ore farming teaser, right?
oh, bro, we knew about the Jotun Star before it came out.
Oh yeah, that's true. I guess I'm thinking of like the areas of the map. Like I don't think too much. I think Treyarch's done a good job of like not spoiling too much at all.
We got some hover over. Sorry, there's something in my eye. We got some like hover overs
Of the map,
'Cause-
yeah.
because we were like, oh my god, this map looks huge.
Yeah.
And
Did you-
I mean, Totenreich's pretty big.
Did you think that was too much?
No. I'm more focused on like the substantive
the
stuff,
content, yeah.
like wonder weapons, like specials, elites.
Okay.
Like
okay.
I'd love to see them just like say like you'll have to experience the elite for yourself before the map, like when the map comes
Okay.
out.
Oh, dude, it's such a like push and pull because on one hand I'm right there with you, but on the other hand I'm like, oh, dude, I want to like look at the
I
Wonder
know.
Woman and get like excited and stuff. It's such a it's a lose-lose and a win-win at the same time for Treyarch, but yeah, dude,
It is.
I'm so pumped. I cannot be more excited. Do you have the Dalek video pulled up that I mentioned? Because there's a few things that I see in this like 15-second clip that I like wanted to sort of ask you about, because they're intriguing to me to say the least.
Sorry, your boy's struggling. I think you sent it to me on Twitter.
I did, yeah. So yeah, in the video that Dalek posted is obviously from the dev talk. We get that like first shot of like the temple map. Do you think?
Yeah.
And like I'm getting so in the weeds with this. Do you think that like red meteor thing that you see in the background, or it's just like ash from the volcano, more likely? Do you think that like we do anything with that? Do you think we like shoot that, or?
Oh, you're really in the weeds. Well,
So in the weeds, bro.
It's that can't be coming from the volcano. That's coming from the way wrong direction.
Well, apparently there's multiple volcanoes.
You're right, because I did see that it was pluralized in the blog post, I believe.
Okay. Dude, yeah, I'm wondering if we do something with that, and then if you go to like the next frame, I guess I have a couple questions with this. One, you mentioned dragons. If you look at
Yeah.
Mealy Macchiato there, like in the lava, there's a dragon like image thing behind it.
I see that
Is that just
red.
like the door? That can't just be like the door like symbol or whatever that we have to like. Do you think every door has like that on it? We get past it, or do you think that's like Easter egg related?
If you're saying that's like a door to open, that's giving like chaos.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair.
Not like saying that that's like not what they're doing, because they totally could be. And just to throw it back, maybe that red meteorite thing is prima materia.
Oof, could be.
I don't know about that, but
could be for the Alistair's Annihilator that they brought back for the map.
yeah.
And then, okay, another thing. Do you think it looks like Mealy Macchiato's in the lava? If not, it's like pretty darn close to it. Do you think we're gonna get like different sections of the map like covered in lava at different points, or yeah, what are your thoughts on?
At different points would be sick, like a dynamic sort of thing.
Welcome
back, infection.
Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of people don't like the idea of getting like blocked out of a part of the map every now and then, though.
I would say like not block, but like to just like have some laying on the ground in certain spots, like it would prevent training, but it wouldn't prevent you from just like being there.
Yeah.
Like as long as we can still get to everything, and maybe it's just like sectioning off training stuff. That I would be okay with that. I know, but people would have problems.
Okay.
Admittedly.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
I want to say like I would love for there to be like lava in different areas of the map, or maybe just that one area of the map. I know when we were seeing the Totenreich stuff, I was really hoping that we could like go into the water, and that was wishful thinking. So part of me wonders if this is just like out of bounds in the map, and like, or no, I mean the map out is there. I guess it wouldn't be out of bounds. Treyarch is very intentional with like preventing us from taking like environmental downs. Like you can fall off the map in Astra and they just put you back on with like half your health. And I personally don't like that. I wish it was more like you had to be more mindful when you were like on the outskirts of the map, but
Sure.
Yeah, I guess I just wonder if Treyarch would really let us like have a giant pool of lava that we could potentially be stupid and walk on and go down or whatever.
Welcome back, Transit, bro.
Dude, I mean the entire map is lava and you just die. So yeah, I don't know. It looks like, I guess from that picture, that like Mealy Macchiato is just somehow in the middle of a pool of lava. And if that's the case, that's I guess what makes me think that like the lava sort of like interacts with different areas of the map. So like you could only get Mealy Macchiato on a round where like lava isn't covering the floor there, or like stuff like that where you have to be like strategic with when you're getting your perks and stuff. That's the hope. I don't think they would do that.
Sick.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they would like. I feel like that's a lot of dev time to be put into doing like a mechanic like that. So
it looks like, from my perspective, that it's on like a rock, and to the right of that, and then behind that, like there are other rocks. So I think it might be like a stepping stone sort of jump.
that'd be cool.
Situation.
Okay.
I think that's as much as we're getting. I would be very pleasantly surprised if they did a sort of dynamic lava in certain parts of certain periods thing. I can't expect that, just because that would be a pretty groundbreaking thing for them to implement. But yeah, I'm gonna meet them in the middle and say it's probably just hard to get to and you have to be careful, but the lava doesn't move. But prove me wrong, Treyarch, please do.
Right. Yeah, I agree with everything you said. And then the final image that we get, if you look at the tree, there's like a little like lantern thing hanging off of it. Do you think that's just like essence, or is that like something Easter egg?
You
Is it
did
the lantern
skip
from Buried?
one,
Oh, I did.
unless you just had nothing to say about it.
Let me peep it.
The
Oh, that room?
inside of the
Yeah.
charred room.
Yeah, I guess I don't. Nothing really sticks out. That's a pretty bright light in the corner there. Maybe that's like a noteworthy. I don't know what that would be though. Just like a maybe that's like this map's version of like the cysts or whatever. It's like one of those like interactive things where you can see it around the map. Maybe.
That could be cool. Yeah.
Looks sick though. To your point, this map looks like just like red is the first, and I think it's good when you can like associate a map with a color. And yeah, this map looks insanely like red, just like all over the place. It's sweet.
Shadows is orange. Der Eisendrache is blue. Yeah.
That's a green. Yeah.
I do see that lantern that you're talking about. What appears to be a lantern.
Yeah.
But it does look stylistically a lot like Essence.
Yeah.
The color matches. It looks kind of like the canister that we see it like stylized as.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good question. And if that is Essence, how the hell are we supposed to get to that?
Right. I'll be upset if that's just Essence, bro. Because like the first thing I thought of was the buried lantern flying around. Obviously, there's like no way it has any ties to that, but I got excited.
Right.
So
I wonder, because it's directly above what looks like a roof. I wonder if we can go Assassin's Creed and like play on the roofs
oh, dude, that'd be sick.
of these buildings.
Oh, and then like jump and grab the essence from the trees. Or
Yeah.
something. Okay.
Maybe.
I'd be down.
Man.
Yeah, that's sweet though. But yeah, so we got a lot of stuff that's like thought provoking in the clips that they showed us, and obviously that's a great thing for the map. The map, dude, the map looks incredible. It looks. People are saying it looks like potentially the best map in BO7, like visually. I don't know if, because like every map we've gotten in BO7, even Paradox, I know people want to rag on Paradox, bro, but like every map looks so sick that.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I might agree though. It looks incredible. I'm super excited.
I think so far this is at least the best looking Zombies game, period. That's just me, and
okay.
I can understand why people would disagree, but damn, these maps are all very, very distinct from one another. Like I feel like this game would be very easy to play like the zombie GeoGuessr thing on.
Yeah, no, that's a good point, and like that's a good thing. You should be able to like distinctly, because I think, shoot, who is it that does it? Bug of Cake. I think he did like a BO6 version of that, and like there were areas where people just could not distinguish like what map it was even on. So, yeah, it looks incredible. I think dude, I'm so excited to play this map. The Tokyo map too. It's gonna. Yet again, bro, the Tokyo map's gonna be the best map in the game.
Well, one thing that just goes with just briefly talking about the artistic style of BO7 is Jason Blundell was very he was very I'm not about to slander Blundell, by the way, so everyone unpucker. He was very focused on, because he mentioned a lot lighting, like how like focused on like if you're gonna be walking through this spot, like where the light is gonna be like drawing your eye or all that stuff. I think that like kind of sits in the same realm as like color palette of a map. So I think seemingly the Treyarch team is getting a sort of artistic resurgence back, visually speaking, with Zombies, which is awesome because it's so sick. It can be very easily overlooked. We've seen it overlooked, and I'm very optimistic that those days are over. We'll see what happens. All that to say, BO7 looks incredible, and I don't think anyone can deny that specific point.
Yeah, visually it's amazing. Top 3 for sure, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Sweet. So yeah, I think that's it that we have for Kowakujo, unless you had anything else that you wanted to mention. I expect it to be a banger.
Yeah.
I think the lore, like, of what we know of the map already, that it's like Takio's family's castle or whatever at the base of the volcano, like just like the leak said, they sort of scrapped all the other ideas and put them into like from what we know,
Yeah.
put them as like the side quest, but like this is like a full blown, like they kept this one. They must have really liked it, and I'm really liking what I'm seeing of it. So, yeah, it's expectations are through the roof. I think Treyarch. I'll speak for the community. Myself, my expectations have been sky high this entire life cycle because Treyarch hasn't given me a reason to change that view. But
Tell
I'd like to think that Treyarch's in the community's good graces again after Totenreich and sort of the unique equipment and stuff that they did with that, as well as like the lore tying in. And I feel very good that this map is going to be right up there with, you know, Totenreich and Ashes, a lot of people's two favorite maps in the game. So, yeah, any like final thoughts or expectations that you have of the map before we get into the dead drops?
You brought up a good point, which is like, yeah, it was very surprising that this is the one that just like, it was exactly what we got on the tin of leaks, but beforehand. And I'm very grateful that this is like one of the ones. If you would have like given me that list and said like you only get one of these, it probably would have been the volcano, or the temple at the bottom of the active volcano, or
the space
the Aether
station
space.
for me.
Aether space station sounded cool, and I think Astra kind of became that. But I like how Astra is styled. Like, it doesn't feel like a space station. It I would argue maybe even cooler, and it's like a cult that like got teleported there and like built a sort of observatory, and just like I don't know. I love Astra's look.
It's so sick.
So the fact that this is the one we got bodes very well. I don't know what the last map's gonna look like. We'll
so
get there.
excited.
Yeah, give us a couple months and we'll be talking about it. I guess the last thing I'll ask is, and this may be a pretty straightforward question, but what are we thinking about the boss? What do we think we're getting with this last Shadowsmith, seemingly?
So I think I'll call it like an educated guess, because we're getting a lot of hints of like dragons and stuff, both in like the map, and then Treyarch's done this funny thing where they're like hiding everything right under our noses. And I basically, ever since Astra, where we got Oscar and the community found out that there was a poster of Blackwater of Oscar, a lot of people, myself included, have been like hyper like alert of just everything, where it's like this has to be like Treyarch hiding this under our nose. And in Paradox we got some drawings of like a 3-headed dragon thing. And I just gotta think that like that combined with it's a temple in Japan, and obviously like a lot of times people associate dragons with Japan. Not to mention in the map we have already a couple dragon references, one with like the map logo, as well as the dragon like thing by Melee Macchiato that we saw. Yeah. I gotta think it's a dragon / 3-headed dragon that we fight like in the volcano, or like just something ridiculous, bro. Like, it's whatever it is, I know it's gonna be incredible because Treyarch just doesn't miss as of late. So my prediction is I'll say a 3-headed dragon. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. What about you?
So I don't have an idea other than like to go against your idea. Okay. And that's only because like that does seem like the most obvious thing.
You think it's too obvious?
I think it is, and I maybe wouldn't think that, except for the fact that like the bosses that we've gotten in this game, and we've talked about it before, are so like otherworldly. Yeah. Like very unfamiliar. The most familiar thing we've gotten is a giant ice rock monster.
Dravicart, yeah, because he's at least like humanoid, you know.
Yeah, and that's like as like relatable an aspect as you can give him, is that he's got 2 arms and 2 legs.
Right.
So I don't know. I feel like dragon might be too normal, which is crazy to say.
A giant 3-headed dragon is that's too simple, bro. We can't.
Yeah. So I don't know. I totally I knew where you were going with it with like the paradox drawings, and like if that's what we get, that would be sick as hell. Like
Yeah.
I don't see that being like, oh, this boss fight sucks. Like no way.
Right.
But you know, maybe is it like a little too stylistically familiar looking at like the Z-Rex or something?
Right.
I don't know, but I don't know. I've once again, I think I said it before Totenreich. I think I said it before Paradox. No, at least before Totenreich. I give up on trying to even predict them. I had to ask you, but I don't have any ideas because I've gotten proven wrong a lot on in this game specifically with that. So no, I don't have any ideas.
I mean, I think that there's a lot of weight to what you said in terms of like it being sort of too obvious, because when Paradox came out, everybody and their mother was like, that mushroom cloud is for sure the final boss. Like we didn't have anything. People were saying like Cerberus maybe.
Yeah, but that was my vote.
Okay. I think mine was the cloud, because I was like, it's right there. Like,
yeah,
giant cloud. Treyarch has been on acid for this entire life cycle. Like there's no way we're not fighting the giant face in a mushroom cloud. And then both of us were wrong, and it's just this dark heart. Like, so no, I think there's a lot of like I said, a lot of weight to what you just said, where the three-headed dragon / dragon is probably too obvious, and like Treyarch knows how curious we are and how we're gonna look at all the drawings. Like all of those drawings could just be like nothing. Like they could just be like not tied to anything, and Treyarch would just think it's hilarious that we're all like theorizing about different stuff and like none of it's true at all. So
yeah,
I'm gonna take the bait and guess a three-headed dragon.
Yeah,
I am more than happy to be wrong, and I'm equally happy to be right about that. So yeah, I guess we'll see, man. But that's my current money is on three-headed dragon in the volcano too, or one of the volcanoes.
Yeah, I have to default to it because I don't have any other idea. I don't even dare.
Don't even imagine somebody guessing like Vaetherion or something. Like there's no guessing it. That's like the most drugged up imagination that somebody could come up with, and that's what we got. Yeah, there's just no way. All right, so that's what we got for Kowakujo and sort of our theories, expectations, all that good stuff. Now we get to the long-awaited Dead Drop segment, where we answer some of the questions from the Discord. If you guys are listening and you're not in the Discord, come join us. It's an absolute blast every day. We're always talking shop about zombies. Very welcoming community. Voice chats going on daily. Like everybody, it's just a bunch of guys and gals who love zombies, and yeah, we'd love to have you as a part of that. So yeah, now we'll be talking about the dead drops, which is just communities or questions from the community. Mr. Debbie, if you want to take it away.
Yeah, let's start with good friend of the channel. He was on last week, Warman, who asks, if they made a hero shooter-esque system for zombies, what would you have each member of the crew do and have strengths and weaknesses of, i.e., like how there was a rumor that if you play as Marlton and let him build the shield, it would be more durable. I've never heard of that rumor. So yeah, we picked, we both did, we took the Chaos crew and we basically gave them strengths and weaknesses. So I'll let you start off here, Shorbzy.
Okay, so mine were in order of like, I guess how easy it was to come up for them. Okay. Like how easy it was. I was just like, okay, I think Bruno makes so my first one's Bruno. Okay. I think he would have increased health, and then he maybe like moves a little bit slower, so that's sort of like the pro and the con.
Yeah.
And I said he has a melee attack where the animation is him punching zombies, and it's sort of like melee macchiato like power when he does that. So it'll get you to around like, I don't know, however long melee macchiato, like the low teens or whatever.
Okay.
And then yeah, that's sort of like his thing. But in general, he has more health because he's a giant dude, but he moves slower because he's a giant dude. So
We came up with the exact same ones.
actually, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
I said extra hit. He gets an extra hit of damage, but
Okay,
he's like 10% slower, and a massive melee damage increase is what I.
that's so funny. I will say, I think we're gonna be different for the rest though. But that's a
Okay, yeah, I do too.
okay. I'll just go right into my next one.
Yeah.
So next is Shaw. He's sort of like the mad scientist type, I guess archetype. So I have him with, so he has decreased cooldown for elixirs, equipment, and specialists. But he has less health, and every time you drink an elixir, he has a small chance, we'll call it 5 to 10% of getting an extra perk when he drinks an elixir.
Ooh.
So that's my Shaw build, you could say.
Your Shaw's a lot stronger than me. We did both. I said one less hit of damage. He's a pretty frail old guy,
Yeah,
so he's gonna take a beating a little quicker. I did. Mine are a lot simpler. When he gets a shield, it has double durability. Not only to counteract his weakness, but maybe because like he is that mad scientist, he like crafted it more efficiently, something like that. And then first elixir use is free, so yours is a lot more overpowered than mine, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, so for those that might not, like, we didn't discuss this before, so it's kind of like,
Yes,
I mean, we were talking
yes.
before and we were like I think I said I feel like we might have completely like different even ideas of like what we ought to do in terms of like how much scaling we give to the characters and stuff. So okay, so you said so the increased shield durability, I mean that's smart to like counter his like decreased health. I think that'd be like that would make sense. Your like first thing you want to do with Shaw is get the damn shield belt so you don't die.
Right.
Okay. Let's see. I did Scarlet next. I have her carrying more ammo and equipment, but she also has less health. And her thing, and I didn't know if this was like super OP or like maybe. I feel like this one's a big gamble, but like her ability is all of her perks have modifiers activated, but if she goes down, she cannot buy any other perks. Like you can't rebuy a perk, and so it's like you got to chance it and like really be like if you go down, that's basically just about ball game. So that was my that's what I did for Scarlet. It's sort of like a main character thing going on where like I don't know, she'll be like she'll have like the plot armor, but if she goes down, then like that's it. So
I dig that though. Wow. Okay. We went in a sort of similar direction, I guess. I said an extra modifier slot, so maybe the last two get the modifier.
That's so funny. Okay.
But she takes extra damage from specifically ranged attacks, and she has an increased specialist recharge rate.
Okay. Yeah, dude, yours are a lot more like
chill.
Yeah, like like grounded and like
I didn't want them to be too crazy, but I could have gone in that direction. I was kind of afraid to.
I was gonna say if they were to do it, it would absolutely be like the smart ideas that you're saying, and not like the cracked out like insane stuff. Yeah,
that's okay. Like
that's good. Yeah, that's good.
It's for two different audiences, and that's okay. I do like your ideas though. It really yours are a lot more distinguishing
between the characters. Yeah, but I mean,
yeah,
they would definitely do your thing because they would want to like sort of like dip their toe in the water as opposed to like jumping into it and like everybody's a freaking superhero.
No, for sure.
Okay, no, it's good. Like the second modifier that would go a long way. I like that. And then like the range attacks, I didn't even think about like at first I thought you were gonna say like special enemies like the electric like poison. I thought you were gonna
just
say that.
You wait.
That's coming up. Okay. Last but not least, Diego. So he gets a slight damage buff and increased speed for our speedrunning community. But the sort of counter to that is that for him, doors and wall buys are more pricey than the rest of the crew.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I dig that. Yours have a lot to do with a lot of the different mechanics, which I appreciate. Like something as simple as like the price of a door.
Yeah.
Okay. Mine was his specialists are buffed. Obviously for Scarlet, I did that. Hers recharge faster. This would probably be like stronger. I don't know how that would function into the hammer. I guess it would still kind of work. Maybe you'd have to like
make it more
balance
like
the hammer of Valhalla a little more.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll sit it there. We thought of these in like 10 minutes maybe. So okay, buffed specialist damage, but he takes extra damage from elemental damage.
Okay.
And he has a massive speed increase. So we actually went
that's crazy
in more similar directions than I would have thought, which is hilarious.
Yeah, so for every single person we had like at least some kind of similarity with it, right?
Yeah, there was overlap in all of them.
Yeah, the modifiers for Scarlet, the elixirs I believe for Shaw,
the
speed for Diego, and then Bruno we were like the same, like literally.
Bruno was exactly the same.
That's crazy. Okay. That's so funny. But yeah, no, that was a great question. There's actually a lot of fun brainstorming the different characters.
Yes, thank you to Warman for the question. Next up is Dr. Tabidai, who asks, what zombies map from any mode would you like to play with modern mechanics? I'd like to emphasize here that I operated under the assumption that modern mechanics was just like if you plopped it into BO7 right now. That's how I kind of thought about this.
Yeah, so the map that I picked, I was between 5 and Die Rise. And I think 5 would benefit from it more. Just because like the idea of course, like in the modern mechanics, it's different because Classified sort of came to mind as well, where there's a shield at one, like the bottom part of the map, and you're at like if you're at the top, you have to. I mean, you could teleport. I guess that's sort of like the fast travel way of getting down there. But a close quarters map like 5, I think would benefit a lot from armor as well as like not. Like in I think BO1 as well, the zombies like block you in, and you really don't get that too much in modern zombies. Like a lot of the time you can sort of like snake your way through a horde of zombies unless you're like really surrounded. So I thought 5 was the perfect map to sort of give the player a little bit more like leeway, I guess, when they're like running around in like the super tight corridors, as well as I don't know. I think it'd just be fun, like camping in the elevator again with some of the modern stuff that we get, like the like toxic growth, getting like electric cherry as like an augment. Like it would just be fun camping in the elevator. So that's why I picked 5 sort of for a multitude of reasons. Some of the stuff like helping you out with some of the like challenges that 5 presents, as well as like I think it would just be fun. So yeah, my pick was 5.
It's a great pick, and I think you probably justified it more than I will for mine, because you didn't tell me what it was. These are all pretty blind, but you said beforehand you were going for like a map that would be like maybe it's overlooked in what it's in, but this would like give it a light, so to speak. I didn't really do that. I didn't go for like my personal favorite or something. I went for other people's personal favorite, but that I think may be upgraded. Maybe it depends. I didn't like I didn't fully picture how it would look. I went Mob of the Dead.
Ooh, okay.
That map is very much like focused on a lot of the BO2 mechanics, and so to see what that could look like in BO7 just has me very interested. I didn't necessarily have the same justification as you did. I would just be fascinated to see
just
how that would work. Yes. Yeah, essentially. I don't know. I think it could be cool. Sorry it's not a more interesting reasoning for it, but I don't like deeply love Mob of the Dead as much as other people do. I don't hate the map. It's a great map, but I'd be curious to see how it plays with the BO7 systems, for instance, and in Cursed with like the relics and stuff. I think it could be a fun time. Obviously, if they brought it back in BO7, people would consider it a bastardized version.
Yeah,
I get it, but no, I think it could be a cool time.
I actually love that pick because thinking about it, I think Mob of the Dead would be one of the like few maps that wouldn't. I guess I think it would be like people would still view it as bastardized, but I feel like it wouldn't suffer as much as maybe like some of the other maps would. Like I thought of like Origins, my favorite map ever, being put into BO7, and I just like cannot imagine that for even a second. Like I don't know, but like Mob, I could see it. I could see it with Mob. I like that pick. Just Mob goes burr. I love it.
That's kind of the mentality I had. Like that pack mentality I had.
Yeah.
And that's about it, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to go for Origins, even though I would personally love to see how that would play. But I sat it kind of in the middle. Nothing too bad, nothing too good. So
sure.
Yeah, with that, Dr. Tabby thank you so much for the question this week. And let's see. Next up is Captain Caro, who says, what are some restrictions you think the next relic set might have? So Shorbsy and I, of course, blindly once again thought of a grim, sinister, and wicked relic that might be included in Kowakujo.
Okay. Do you want to do it like I say my grim, you say your grim, and then sort of a back and forth thing?
Sure, why not? We like doing it that way.
Okay. So my grim was the box weapon rarity is round gated. So like you'll never get a blue gun, I guess, or ether tool until like 10 plus. You can't get purple until 20 plus. You can't get gold until 30 plus, that kind of thing. So that was the relic effect that I thought of for Grim.
Interesting. And by the way,
or a good way.
Really quick, did we make sure that it was Grim, then Sinister, then Wicked? Is that how it actually works?
Oh, like
We're obviously going in order: tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Just to be clear. So this was your tier 1.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, it like kind of is loosely like that, because obviously the box rarity goes up as you progress the rounds, but it's not like hard.
It's not like a set thing, yeah. By the way, it is Grim, Sinister, Wicked.
Okay, cool. We're that good. We always do our research on the Pack Mentality podcast.
What were you saying?
Yeah, I feel like that couldn't be above Grim to me. I don't use the box a ton.
Yeah, it's pretty tame, but like there's games where you like a lot of times in Curse especially, the first thing I try to do is move the box so I can get fire sales to spawn in. And sometimes I just get like a gold Nova line in the first, like without it moving, and I'm like, okay, I'm good to go. So I think it'd be cool if we just, if they like round gated it. It would be, I think I could see it being like really difficult, as well as like just being a complete like non-factor in your game. So I don't know, I think it'd be fun to throw on there. I think I'd probably run that. I could see myself running that.
I do too. It would be like one step more difficult than like the teddy bear. Like it's nothing too serious, because obviously you can still just like get a good gun out of the box and then work that up or something like that. It's a small limit, but it's something that could affect how certain people play. Yeah, I dig that. Mine was pretty simple too. I just did weapons hold half reserve ammo. So ammo economy might be shaken up a little bit. It might be more noticeable on certain weapons than others. Yeah, very is a pretty tame one, and I think that one would also be pretty free. Yeah, that's my Grim. I didn't want to go too crazy. That might even be a little too weak. But that's what I went with. Weapons hold half reserve ammo.
I don't know. I think that's actually a pretty good Grim one. Like, especially in like wonder weapons and stuff, like your ray gun has
Mm.
half reserve ammo. Like that's a pretty big difference, I would say.
Yeah.
Even for the regular weapons, obviously it's not too bad to like buy ammo and stuff, but yeah, I could see that being like, I think that's a very good Grim Relic. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I guess when you figure in like sometimes ammo will cost like 7,500 to 10,000, like
Yeah.
it could mess with ammo and point economy. So yeah, I didn't think it was too crazy. So yeah, cool.
All right, now the Sinister Relic. So I have every round has a round timer. It increases with the rounds, and I'd like to preface this with saying like it's a pretty reasonable round timer. It's not like you're playing like what that Ninja Turtle, like what was that, like where you had
Cranked.
to, yeah, you're not playing Cranked. It's a reasonable round timer, but it's sort of like you have to be careful, like saving a zombie and stuff. Like you want to stay under this round timer, because if you don't complete the round in time, you lose half of your perks. So like I said,
Okay.
it's a very reasonable timer. You're not like sweating trying to finish the round in time, but like if you're not careful, half your perks are gone. So that's my Sinister Relic.
It would also function pretty well just like in the cursed ecosystem, because a lot of times you can take a lot of time on a round just point farming, and that kind of it lights a fire under your ass for a little
it
bit.
speeds
So
you up a little
yeah.
bit. Yeah.
I do dig that. Would I run that? I probably would. Yeah. I mean, compared to some of the other Sinister Relics like Zombies Explode on Death, yeah, that's way better.
There's a wide range, bro, and like there's no relic worse than the Mimic one, which is crazy because that's a grim.
It's not so
yeah,
bad.
obviously there are worse ones, but like I would literally rather run any other relic besides the Mimic one. That one makes me want to puke, bro.
Have you played with the Zombies Explode on Death one?
I have not, but
My God, it's so
the
bad.
Mimic one's so bad. But yeah, I think it's a fine Sinister Relic. What did you come up with, Mr. Debbie?
I just did no traps.
Ooh, okay.
Which I feel like high rounders would definitely stay away from, and they might even want it to be even higher than that. But in general play, like traps can be very useful, but so it can reduce how far you might want to go. I think that's as good as I can give it as a Sinister, because it's got a lot of use cases. I'm realizing that might get in the way of TED trials. Maybe those are just like excluded from the list of
like
trials to give you.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. I think. Yeah, that would really like shake up. Some of the high round strats. I mean, they obviously just straight up wouldn't run it, but like the people that want to use, like I think the electric trap is like a big thing for Paradox, right?
I don't know about Paradox high rounding. I haven't seen that.
You're a LARPer, bro. You're not well versed on Paradox Junction high rounding. What are you doing? No, that's sweet though. I like that one. These are good, like balanced. Like I think they fit perfectly in the category of like each tier of relic that we're going for.
Yeah.
And then so my wicked is, I wanted to say disable TED tasks, but I think that would be like way too crazy. So I said every other TED task is taken away. So as opposed to a TED task every, I don't know, how often do we get, like 5 or 6 rounds we get a TED task?
Yeah, and survival is even more than that.
Yeah.
I think. So
Yeah, I think survival's every like 4, at least to start. It's like, I think you get 1 on round 4. Yeah, this one takes every other one away because I think disabling them altogether would be too much. So
do you think so?
I do, because like the TED tasks are a workaround to a lot of the other relics. So if you took them away entirely, like nobody's running this at all. So that's why I said every other one is taken away.
That is a good point. Yeah, I'm not really thinking about how it interacts with other relics necessarily.
Yeah.
Because
like the perk limit is like Ted tasks, like that's your get out of jail free card for that. The arsenal, like that one, the workaround for that is Ted tasks for the ammo mods and like rarity and stuff. So it would still be a massive hindrance in my opinion, because you're only getting a Ted task every like 10 to 12 rounds.
Yeah.
Which like it's a slow process.
It's a good point.
So that's mine.
Ted tasks are huge.
Yeah.
And especially in conjunction with the other relics, yeah, I do dig that. So Ted task frequency is halved.
Yeah, basically.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool, I like that. Would I run that?
I don't think I would personally. I
would try it to see how bad it actually feels.
Okay.
Because on paper is different than, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to try it. I did no Wonder Fizz for mine.
Ooh. Oh gosh. Okay.
Which, depending on like those two paired together is brutal.
Terrible, yeah.
Because like obviously it would especially be difficult on like Paradox, where it's a limited pool. Well, no, there's actually a lot of machines on Paradox, to be fair, but you're kind of bouncing around. Yeah, but I thought that would be a pretty massive shakeup to the game, which is why I put it on Wicked. Yeah, it would make a lot of games play, or a lot of like actual matches play very differently, I think.
Yeah, that would be a huge shakeup for sure, especially like pairing it with the Ted task one. Like you're just like just not giving yourself a chance at all. No, I like that a lot though, because there's a lot of times where like, especially like if you go down, it's a lot riskier to like have to go to the individual perk machines and like grab each one, as opposed to like you just go to Wonder Fizz and just spam each one and get all your perks back.
Right.
Yeah, it's at the very least it's like a pretty big inconvenience to your game, and then it can be downright just that's the word I'm looking for. Shoot, it's escaping my mind right now, but like it can be pretty punishing with not having the Wonder Fizz to go back to, and especially if you're on the higher rounds where the zombies are cracked out. Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh yeah.
I like that. And it's nice and simple too. Doesn't give the player like too much to think about outside of, I guess, like in game with like the perk locations and stuff. But
right.
Yeah, I think that's great. And it's sort of a, sorry, I keep going on. It's sort of a like, because a lot of these are like centered around like OG mechanics essentially. So like in a game like BO1, like you don't have Wonder Fizz, like you have to know where each like perk location is. I think that's a great one. You went 3 for 3 there, Mr. Debbie.
You just explained it all for me, and things that we thought of like all this in like 10 minutes before the pod came out, to be fair. I think all of our answers ended up pretty like solid though. Yeah. And maybe we won't get too much grief. So cool. Well, with that said, thank you very much, Captain Carr, for the question. And last but not least, we have Shelly, who asks, would you still love me if I was a worm?
I don't like you as a human, Shelly, so my answer is no. Mr. Debbie?
I was prepared to give a very similar answer because oh, probably. Shelly, I would probably like you if you were a worm.
Okay, respect.
Yeah, I don't really care for hypotheticals, so if you do become a worm, let me know and I'll get back to you
when we get to it. Okay. Yeah.
Yes. But with that said, Shelly, thank you very much for the question.
So stupid. So yeah, that concludes our dead drops. Do you want me to take us home, or do you have anything else you wanted to say, Mr. Debbie?
Take us home, brother.
All right. Yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in to episode 18 of the Pack Mentality podcast. Yeah, it was an absolute blast theorizing about all things Kowakujō.
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 I'm remembering walk, which
Okay.
is yeah.
Okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, Kowakujo, as well as the other things that we've already gotten in season 4. The amazing dead drops that you guys keep submitting. Thank you so much for those. They're great questions. We love theorizing about those. Yeah, if you guys aren't a part of the Discord, link will be down in the description. Please join us, man. It's a big family. Honestly, I love interacting with these guys every day. Follow us on Twitter. Drop a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we will catch you guys in the next episode. Peace.
Peace.